Good morning everybody, welcome to the Flower Patch. My name's Iris Smith, where I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Welcome guys, I hope you're having a wonderful day. It's all of a sudden turned really cold again here. It's quite frosty outside and a bit bitter on the face as I took Benji a walk this morning. Right, thank you for all your wonderful comments concerning the colourful spring wreath that we did yesterday for the month of February and March. I really do appreciate it. And again, I had the lovely request from a lovely lady, Sheila. So thank you so much for that. Today, I've had another request. Somebody wants me to do very pale, well, quite pale foliage with lemon, roses and maybe the odd white floral with a bow on if I have a Loveheart wreath. I do have a Loveheart wreath. I don't really stock them in very much because not many people tend to order the Loveheart shape. So I've only got small ones. Sorry, I'm chewing a sweet again for my throat. Tickly cough. And thank you for all your wonderful wishes as well. Excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry. It's very rude of me. This is a very twiggy one. Again, I don't really have Loveheart wreaths. It's only a 12-inch and it's just made out of the very fine twigs. So, and it's not as solid. I can tighten it, but it would make it really thin. So, so we're going to create the wreath from that. I've got out some lovely yellow RG ribbon. The one with the lovely, I think I said ruffled edge last time. Sorry. But with the, I forgot what it's called now. But anyway, with the little lacy rounded edge. And then I've got the, in the 1.5 inch. Then I've got the 5/8 in the yellow and white horizontal stripes as well. So, and I've got a tail end. I am considering placing it at the top today and working around the Loveheart here. So that's my idea, I guess. Well, not my idea personally, but that's what I thought. It's not like it's never been done. I just thought that's what I'd probably do. Now I have got lots of this, but I do cut a lot down off the stems when I get them delivered and place, so they're already cut down for when I need to use them, just to save time, I guess. I don't get me wrong, I do leave quite a few in the bags that they came as well, but then I do cut some down so they're ready to use and, you know, cut down, because I know the size that I'll only cut them to anyway. So we've got this mixed foliage with a bit of bamboo in and some lovely very pale foliage here and some little white blossoms and some seeded. Now I don't know if it's supposed to be seeded or still be all, or I'm not sure. We'll go by that. We'll go by that. So that's what I'm using for our base, you know, some of our foliage around the sides first. I have got out, now I've lost the bag for these, so there was all loose in the bucket, so I've had to just put a few bands around. But we've got some of our fern, which are on very fine stems, which will be perfect for this wreath, with it being quite tight and thin and also very twiggy as well. So I've got that out. I forgot what this is called. Is it patchouli? Something like that. It might be something else. Since I've last used these, it's been ages. But, you know, last year. So I've got these out as well. Or they look a bit like, some may say, money leaves. I don't know. But I've also got, I've placed a few on single picks to start with. but I don't know whether I want to use the, you know, full stem of it, of our very lovely white or mimosa. So I've got some of those that I've brought out. And for our floral, I have got out some mini roses. I've got the white ones, and they have got the yellow in the center. So that was perfect for the, you know, the movement that I like around the outer edge. And I find I've got these left. Now I'm not sure whether these are supposed to be little blossoms, or I think so. Somebody said to me maybe orchids, but I know they're not orchids. But we're going to use these as well. These came without any heads. I can remember when I purchased them. They just came in without any stems, sorry. They just came in a bag with the heads, so I had to put the stems on myself. But I don't mind doing that, because you can buy a bag of floral heads, whichever, you know, flower that you know you want to purchase. You can just buy the heads and just stick your own picks in. You tend to get more in the bag, and it's cheaper than if you just bought one bunch or two bunches and just to place on your own pick. So it works out cheaper. So if you know, you don't have a lot of finance, these are a good thing to buy, just the heads. And then I've took out some roses in lemon. Now I've got 3 different styles in here. Now I've got some that I've just bunched them together instead of having them singular, you know, or some that are open, fully open. Then I've got some which is more like a really extremely pale yellow, lemon. Then I've got some that are closed with the leaf, and then I've got some also which are closed but are also like a very pale lemon, looking a little bit like it's a milky lemon. So I've just got 3 different tones, and I thought we'll, you know, put a few of those in together. So it's just the person just asked, you know, with roses and that, so we're going to give it a go. And we're going to I think attach the bow maybe first. We'll have a look. I don't really care for this style wreath on a Loveheart anyway, but it's the only Loveheart one that I have in these. Well, I say have, I've only got 2, because I don't really purchase the Loveheart ones, because nobody really wants them. So we're gonna get started. So let's just bring our camera down, guys, and we'll get cracking. So one moment. So let's get it down here so you can see. If I feel I need anything else, I'll just go and grab something quick. I think I may just put some of these in first and then attach the bow. Again, I don't want lots. Let's see, some are a bit more, got a little bit more on them. So because these also bend, all the stems you can manipulate, I'm wanting to bring these here around the top of our wreath. Now I'm expecting a delivery, guys. I don't know what time, but let's hope. I've got a feeling it'll probably interrupt us. They usually do. And then I'll get the other one, and I'm going to go this side. Again, you can manipulate the stem so it does bend downwards and follows the pattern of the heart. So let's just do that. I've just heard some music outside. It's usually my courier tends to play his music when he is working while he's driving. So usually when the music stops, he's switched off his engine. I'm going to just see if that's him, guys, so he doesn't interrupt. One moment. I won't be a minute. No, it's not him. It must have been somebody else. Oh. Because I've got the smaller one here, I'm going to bring that one up here. I may have to cut the stem a little bit more. Because I do like to place a piece just up above. Oh, I can't get it in. Oh my gosh, I can feel it's going to be quite a nightmare, this. I've got glue everywhere now. Oh my goodness. I wonder if I can place them in singular. Let's pull them out. Try that. If you can't get your stems all in, because it may be too thick, just do something along the lines of what I'm doing. I'm wanting this little blossom here as well. I'm going to cut that down a little bit more. So I'm going to place that there. Again, if you feel that you need to be holding down your picks, again, just, you know, a bit tighter so it doesn't move. Just place in some floral wire or binding wire, anything like that, around a part of the stem to keep it, because this one isn't touching really here, so I could just keep it in place, get a bit of floral wire going over where I'd need it, and then I'm just going to twist it at the back so then it sits in place and I know it's not going to lean forward or droop. And just pop the wire back in. So now that's more secure and it gives you peace of mind as well. So I may do that one, the opposite one. It's only near the top that you know, where it's going to hang most. And we'll just snip that one and push that inside. That's another thing about these wreaths that I'm not really fond of. They do shed a lot. I suppose it depends on, you know, different ones maybe better quality that don't shed, but I find these do. Right, so now we've got those there. I'm going to come down to a point, so I'm going to place in a piece at the bottom. You don't have to do this. You can just do it as you go along. No, that's not working like that. Oh my gosh, I'm not having a very good day. Let's cut the stem more at an angle. I'm just going to go in vertical. And have it I'm just pointing down, maybe too far. We'll have to see, guys. If it is, I've got a smaller one. I've got one there, so I'll keep that aside. And then we'll come, and again, we're following the pattern of the wreath. I think it's going to be too long, guys. I can see it just not meeting up. So let's just cut that little bit out with glue. I'm going to use that one. I'm trying to bring the floral just up above. I'm just going to be going around and following. I will look at some of them because some of them may be like this is a bit too long, but I guess when I place in another one that will hide that, because I'm trying to join to that point. Let's just get a few ready. So I just think I want to take this piece off. And And I'm placing them so they overlap and they're going underneath. Oops. So let's just combine them all and meet it down here to the point. I'm just going to have a look. Yep. So I've met it down to the point on that part. So we'll carry on the opposite side. Can get it. And I'm just trying, you know, I always say, as long as you try your hardest to keep the shape of the love heart, because sometimes, you know, you can, I've done it myself, get carried away with what you're doing, and the shape of the love heart then is gone out of sync and it becomes more looking like a rounded shape. Again, I've done that before, guys, myself. So if you're just aware of that. I think one more. I've got a small one. Yeah. And then we'll go under here to meet the point here. Let's just fluff it up a little. So let's just have a look. Right, so that's what we've created so far. And again, I'd like the ribbon to sit here. So I'm going to place the ribbon in now. Now I've got the base foliage in. I'm using my weaving needle. I've just spotted something on the ribbon. and then twist it at the back. And then pop it back in. Like so. So there's our, now where's that ribbon I've just spotted here where the ribbon's actually frayed. So what I'm going to do, get a really little dot of the glue right on the tip, and I'm just going to place it together. There we go. So that is our lovely bow also placed in. Now I don't want these now. So let's move these out the way. Put the band back on. And place it there. Right, I want to add in a fern. Now again, these are really thin stems. If you find that they're too thin, just fold them over in half into a U-bend. You don't have to twist them around each other, and then just glue the bottom bit here. So I'm going to do that with some of them. I'm going to place one directly in the center at the top. Let's just get a few out to start with. And then I'm going to go where the wreath, the Loveheart shapes here, and it goes round. I'm going to bring one in there as well on either side. Again, I'm bending these over. I do like these though, even though the stems are thin. I do like them. They're very realistic. So we'll place one in there as well, and you can bend it slightly because they are wired, so give it that curve so it's starting to move around the corner or the shape of the Loveheart. And then we'll place another one here on the top. And again, just give it that little bit of a bend. Let's bring some of the foliage above it. And then we'll start coming down. Where it's here, it's quite straight, the firm. I won't just stick it in there so it looks like it's going out straight. I will slightly bend it so it looks like it's going in but down the wreath. So we'll place one here again. Do the same on the opposite side. Just hold. I think around here. Then we'll bring one down here as well. And just pull those last two pieces off. If you find that you haven't got a long enough stem, and you're just cut or pull off the last few leaves, just so it gives you a bit of a longer stem to place into your wreath. That one there as well, and I'm going to place one more in like I did at the top, and place this one at a point as well. I'm not going to bend that stem because I need a bit of length. Not much. So now we've got our fern in. If we wish at a later stage you want to add more fern, you could place some on top, but we're just going to go around the sides to start with. We could build that up, placing a few more. That one's come apart. Oh, I'll have to use that as little pieces, I guess. It's fallen apart, that one. Let's use it as little pieces. Cut it down. Place one in there. That's a shame, but never mind, it comes in handy. If that ever happens and you just use them, guys, use them up as filler foliage. I've got some glue strings on here, so this one, what's fallen apart, we're going to use it. And again, I'm just popping them in one side, and then I move to the opposite side and place it in the opposite side in a similar area or position. And then we'll place one there as well.
See you later.
See you later. What are you going to do about your...
I'll get my own.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I've got something with that.
Alright, okay. See you later. And then I'm going to bring one in here. That's my son going to work. Then we'll bring one where the point of the heart is. Some hearts are a bit more rounded on the bottom and not much, you know, at a very, you know, big point. But you can make that point by the way you place in your foliage and your floral. you can create that yourselves. So I've placed those few in. I'm going to want to start placing in some floral. So I'm going to look at placing in our roses. Now again, you've got, let me move that a moment. We've got this type. I've got to see for myself. Yeah, then that type, and then, oops, one's popped out on here, and then we've got that one. So we've got, I don't know if you can see, they're virtually the same colour, but then you've got this one, I don't know if you can see, it's just a very lighter tone, and when I say light, I mean it's not really recognisable if you didn't know what you was looking for. But I wanted a closed one in these colours, an open one in that, but then a closed one in the lighter lemon, and just dot them around. So it's like the open one I want right at the top. So we're going to cut that one. I do like the open ones though. And we're going to place that right in there. Just where that is, the blossom. So if I get, I'm going to place an open one down here as well. I don't know how many I picked out. Then I guess one here, and then one. I'm just going to place them in so you can see. I tend to do this sometimes just to make sure that they look okay. How many more have I got of the open? Just one. Right, so I won't use another open. And then the different tone one, I could place one here, one here, one up here. Again, I will place them in, and then one up here. And then the other ones, what I have here, I will bring around the side. So let me just move the ones that I don't need, that I'm using. And they're all the same, yeah. So then all these I can bring around the side. So that's what we're going to do. So let's now start placing in the roses. If you're not doing it in yellow, but you want to do it in a different colour, but you've got different of the roses, you know, open, closed, and slightly different tone in a different colour, give it a go. It does make it look pretty, really pretty, when it's got the same colour but different tones. And again, I'm going to bring this one at the bottom. I'm going to bring it down here because I want it to come to that point. So behind this, just And then our last one. That we'll bring here as well. Let's bring that down a little. So now we've got all our roses in on the top. So now we will bring and incorporate some of the other roses around the side. And what I'm going to do, where you see the roses on top, if I've got enough, I'm going to bring in the rose in the middle of those two, but on the outside, to give that triangular shape. So we will go around here. On the outside. If you can see. So we've got here, here on the outside, and then back on the top. So it's like a zigzag, really. That's what you're creating. Now I'm gonna, some have got leaves on and some haven't. So I'm gonna leave the leaves on because it acts as extra foliage and covers the wreath as well. And that one didn't have foliage, that one has. Have I got another one what hasn't? Yeah. Mind you, I'll do that one on the opposite side. The rest have got foliage. So then I'm going to go in between these two. But with this one, I'm going to place it in at slightly at an angle. So it's not as long as that one, but not... so it makes it look like it's slightly staggered. So again, just to create that shape. So we'll place another one like that. Again, not as long as the one at the bottom, and shorter than the one above it. I think I've got enough out. So we've got this one and this one, so then this will go in here on the outside. And I've used that one without any leaves above here. And then I've got one left where I could bring that one up here and make it taller. Or do I? No, I'm not going to use that, guys, because then I'm going out of shape with the heart. So I could use them underneath. Well, we've got 3 left, so I may incorporate the last 3 in. So that's what we've got. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I'm just curling them up just to keep them out of the way. So I don't got any glue or anything on them. So we'll keep those there. Now I have these. I think I may want to place these on top. because these are little roses and we've got roses mainly all around here, I would rather bring these around the side. So I'm going to place in these, how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 13, that's an odd number. I may bring one coming down. In fact, I will. So let's cut one shorter stem so it's not hanging too low. And I'm going to just pop it in here. So then the rest, if I can get, I will cut some down. To start with. And I'm going to do, I'll bring one here. I know we've got white blossom in, but I'm just, this is also white, but it's a different floral. So I'm just adding in a little bit of the different floral. Just to go around. And I think I'm going to place one down here as well on the point. So again, I will go vertical. So I've just accidentally pulled one off. I've got glue all over me again. So let's glue this one on. And then just carry on going round. I think we only need one there, one here, under this rose. Then we'll bring one in there. So I've got some left. I'll save those for now. I've just got a feeling with these, I've got one of each. I feel I would like to place them one there, perhaps one in the middle here. Oh, because they're two ones are closed, place that open one again there. Let me stand up. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll get them all used up. Just lift up the foliage. Bring that there. And bring it there. So we've got that there as well. Let's just fluff up some of our foliage. So that's what we've created so far. Now I've got again these roses. And let's have a look. You could cut these in down if you wanted, and then just place this little bottom leaf as filler foliage inside, or you could leave it. I think I want to just have a look, and again it's just as a little bit of filler foliage. And with it being slightly darker green as well, and then I'm going to excuse me, bring one up here. So let's cut. Oh, I've only got one rose on there. Right, so I'll not use that one. I'll use the foliage though. So I'm cutting off the little pieces of foliage at the bottom. And I'm going to go again the opposite side of this central rose at the top to place this one in as well. I'll keep those till last. So then I'm going to work my way around. So we've got that one here. So I'm going to go around where these two roses are. So I'm going to have to go pointing it downwards. So it's going with the movement of the wreath. And then do that one on the opposite side as well. Yeah, I do like to see movement. Let's take the tags off. So I'm going to cut here, just above the leaf that I don't want on the stem. Do that one for now. And then I'm going to go around here, around the bottom. Again, I don't want to stick out too far, so I'm going to just slightly bend it. And I'll do that on this side as well. Oops, wrong way round. So I'll bend the main stem just to give it that shape so it's going off into that point. I think we could do with another one too there. And then I've got these little leaves at the bottom that I'm going to probably place in as well, because this spacing here is quite far apart, so we're going to shorten that and just add in another piece. One here. That one's stem's a little bit too long. I'm just going to cut that one down a little bit more. And then I've got this I will use at the bottom. I do always like to place in elements that I've been using throughout the wreath at the bottom as well. No, it's that one. So we've got these little pieces of foliage left from the roses, so we're just going to pop those in wherever we feel. Place one there. And I'm just using these as filler foliage. If you want to take them off and place them on longer picks, you can do that too. Now I'm just looking for where I think one needs to go, where maybe there's a little space. It's not that you can really see them anyway, it's just to cover up any gaps. I think I might bring one. I'm going to cut the stem much shorter. And I'm going to stick it in there. Let's get that blue string. On either side of this flower. So we've got a bit of green under there as well. Right, now we are left with our mimosa, and again I've got these, I've placed some on picks, and this is just a little bit of interest other than just the greenery and the floral, something a little bit softer. I've dropped, one's come off its pick, just a softer feel on touch. If you wanted, you could also add in things like lavender in yellow or anything like that as well, or anything with, I've got those, haven't I? Let's have a look. I've got these on single picks, they might be nice as well, but I want to just place in a few of these mimosa. You can get these in yellow as well. The original colour, I've got them in yellow I think, but I didn't want too much yellow. So I'm just going to pop them in and around. Let's cut a few down. It's a bit like lamb's ear where it gives you that softer touch. Or, you know, softness to the actual arrangement. There we go. So now I've got some longer pieces that I may bring on the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm just going to cut off about an inch from the bottom. So and we're just I don't want them to be too much of a stem being seen. Oh, I keep catching my jacket. And then one more. Right, let's just check for, I can see just a stem sticking there, one there, got about 4. Oh no, 5. I don't know, I can't get that one, so I'm going to have to turn that one back into the wreath. Let's see about that. There. Any more? Let me just check. Don't know. No, I can't get. They're part of the stem, so I can't touch those. So that's what we've got with those. So I'm not going to place any more of those in either. I've only got 5 here. I don't know whether to bring some on the outside. I may use those 5 and get so they're all used up. So now I've got a bit of the yellow tipped foliage as well. So I'm going to do a similar thing with these. Oh, that one's snapped. I wonder if I could bring that there. Yeah. So we'll do the same. First of all, I'm going to stick this on because it's snapped off of the thingy. So we can't. The only way we can glue it is by gluing it in there onto the mechanics. Again, at least then we've got a little bit of yellow foliage added in. As well. Even if it's just a tiny little bit of the yellow tip foliage, it all blends in and it looks really pretty. And you can get this foliage anywhere. It's very easy to get over here and probably, you know, anywhere else. Sorry I'm not chatting too much today, guys. As I stated yesterday, I think if I chat too, oh, it's that one's broke off. I wonder if I can place that one in there as well. Pull that stem out. And place this one in. Now we have one here. Right, so we've got those. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5. I've got another one in case. So now with these, I'm going to put these around the outside. And do the same thing as I did with the mimosa. So I'll start back up at the top. And I'm going to place these a little closer than the mimosa. Well, there they were about. Just seeing some glue on one of my leaves. Oh, I don't think I can get that off. So if you can't get the glue off at all, just grab a pair of scissors and try to cut the leaf shape. Just round it off where it needs rounding. And you've got rid of your glue. So I'm not going to place any more of that in. And again, I'm going to bring these. I've got 5, so probably... Oh, let me just stick that one on so I don't forget. Another one that's broken off. Let's stick it under here. So let's have a look. We'll bring one there, 2, and then bring one around the central area on the outside, around here, and then another one right at the bottom, just a slightly little bit longer. So that's what we'll do with those. And again, you will have some pieces longer. And then down around the centre area. But have it facing downwards. Again, so it follows the flow of the actual wreath and the shape. And then the one at the bottom. Just going to cut a tiny piece of that because I want it slightly longer. There. So that is our Loveheart shaped wreath. Now let's see, do I give these, it's supposed to be that way, a ringlet around the centre, and just have those hanging there in the middle. I can get it out, guys. Have those there. Fluff up our bow. And there is our request of a Loveheart wreath with roses and foliage and a few bits of mimosa and fern as well, and some blossoms, a little roses here and then the bigger ones here as well. So we've got that, and that's how it looks. Let me just get rid of all of the mess at the bottom. Doesn't that look pretty? That could do lovely for a wedding or even in a church. It's really pretty. So if you wanted to do one, and this started out as a 12-inch, so now we've finished, if I go from the furthest point, it's now become a 22-inch. So we've nearly doubled in size. So something with a small wreath base has now become a 22-inch. I've just seen another I can get it, another piece of wire. So I'm trying to get it as low as I possibly can. But that is really pretty. Very subtle as well. It's a lovely colour. Very calming, I think. And very comfortable colour to sit or have around, whether it be indoors or outdoors. It's a pretty colour. So let me just get my easel. I didn't know whether to place a bit of a tail end in at the bottom, but I'm not. I'm going to leave it. So it's, you know, the shape of it is, you can clearly see if I don't place anything in. So let's just pop it on the easel. Oops, daisy. Yeah. I'm just having a little play around with it. I think I need a little bit more foliage in, a bit in the centre, just around one area in the wreath. So let me bring up my camera. Let's just remove the cable in so I don't stand on it. I don't know. Can you see that, guys? There. So I've just spotted in here, I'm in need of a little bit of foliage. So I think I may use a couple of stems of the patchouli. Oh, if I can get those. Now you can push those up to the top. It's just around here. I can just see a bit of Wreath, and also there. So we'll place these in. So I'm just going to turn it so I can see. So it doesn't look too there. And then a piece here as well. So it doesn't look too there either. I think that rose is coming off. Let me pull it off and place the head back on. It was wobbling a little, so let's cut the top off. So I'm just going to place that back inside. I can find the hole. There we go. So we'll place this rose back on. Where it was. There. So, excuse me. We've now got our lovely, really pretty spring Loveheart Wreath. That's irritating me. I'll shorten that. And again, if you see pieces that are sticking too far out of the boundary, just place in, cut it off and put it in individually, so that it will stay there in the boundary. Just got a little bit of a bother around here. Try to see where that foliage is. Here it is. So there we have it. And if again you want to try and do one in your own colour choice, as I stated earlier, just try and add a little few more different tones of that colour as well. Again, it's not really that recognisable of the different tones I've added in the roses. But let me just get that one back in place. But it does look really, really pretty. And I'm very, again, could be for either a christening, wedding, Valentine's Day if your partner doesn't like reds, or again and have it out as spring as well. That would look really pretty. And even summer, you could keep it out for summer. And if autumn comes, just add a few bits of red or orange to it, and another, you know, the odd bits of like darker foliage just dotted around. So you could use it, or you know, for at least 3 seasons as well, and it would look really, really pretty. So give it a go. Please subscribe, share and like. Bring everybody along to come and have fun and give you some ideas or colour choices, or you know, to inspire you to have a go yourselves and make something, you know, beautiful for someone or to sell, and have fun with it. So again, I think, yeah, it's another full wreath. It's not a crescent shape. I think I'm going to do a crescent shape next, but I'm not sure. We'll see. So again, if you haven't got anything like, or I've got the little roses, use daisies, guys. Little daisies would look pretty. If you haven't got a mimosa, add in a few berries as well. And if you haven't got any of these wildflowers, again, you could add in, oh, let's have a look, maybe some little baby carnations, or pull off some heads from your hydrangea and dot in those around the edge as well. Or any wispy bits or little wildflower where you get picks and they have them on with you, or grasses, bring some grasses in. And again, you could add in, well, you could add in euphorbia, you could add in for foliage, you could something that's got, let me think, some buds on, or something like hypericum. If you've got that, you could add those in. Or if you don't like, some people don't like roses, so you could maybe add in dahlias, excuse me, peonies, you know, things with a slightly bigger head. I mean, these aren't huge, but it's not a big wreath, so I didn't want it to look a bit, you know, out of the ordinary. And just well, whatever takes your fancy, guys. If you want a big, instead of a bow, a big headed flower here, you know, just add that in instead. Or if you want to add an attachment or a sign, or if you want to, with it being a Loveheart, place a Loveheart sign here, or a jewel, or if it's for Easter, add in a little bunny up here, you know, anything like that you could add in along with it. So have fun, guys. And again, my apologies for coughing at the beginning. It's very rude of me. It's not really what you want to hear. And I hope you have, you know, you give it a go in whatever colour. If you want to send me some pictures, guys, I'd be more than, you know, honoured to look at your pictures. I do get quite a few pictures from Diane, which are fabulous. They do put a smile on my face with some pictures that are, you know, with teddy bears and things. I think they're lovely, really cute. You know, and other people as well. My friend Sandra, Cindy, people, you know, who just want to, and Judith, who want to just send me pictures. So if you do, it's just send them to my email, which is the flower patch, and that's all one word, 2401@gmail.com. Or you can just send me a message, or give me a like, a thumbs up, or share, you know, again with your friends and family. I would be more than honoured. You know, I am really grateful, guys, that you do that. It really does help me, and I just don't know the word. I haven't got the words to express how much, you know, I'm sincerely, you know, truly honoured and grateful for and appreciate what you do, and taking up your time to sit and watch my videos. That is an honour within itself. So have a wonderful day. Take care. It's my dinner hour, so I'm going for a quick snack and a nice warm cup of coffee, and I will see you all tomorrow. So have a wonderful day, guys. Enjoy. God bless. Good health. And if it's cold where you are, guys, stay wrapped up and warm. And also to my dear friend Bruce, I hope you've got over your cold as well, my darling, and I hope you get better soon as well. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye for now, guys. Bye-bye. Right, let's have a close-up. Oh, I've pressed a button, I think, guys. I'm terrible. I must have fat fingers. That's all I can say. There is the scalloped edge. That's it. I knew it would come to me. The yellow 1.5 inch scalloped edge, and then the 5/8 yellow and stripy ribbon. There's our lovely rose in the lemon that is open. Then there's our lovely one in the lighter lemon to this one. It's very hard to see. And then there's another lemon in the closed as well. There's our mimosa, just little furry mimosa. Our patchouli. This is part of the picks that we had, the foliage on the picks. These little flowers, wild flowers that I had where I bought the heads. Just the foliage with the yellow tips. And again, some of this seeded, I don't know, maybe lavender or a stilby. And then our little mini roses with the yellow centre. Where's the fern? And our lovely little, that's a rubber texture, guys. Our rubber textured fern as well. Anything else? I can't quite remember. And we do have some of these white flowers, the blossoms, which are also on the picks that I placed in. So again, have fun, guys, and give it a go, and you'll absolutely love it, and I'm sure you'll probably want to keep it for yourself. So take care, have a great day, and stay warm, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Bye bye.